Anytime you start a new project, you always want to consider what does it look like if we win and what are the pitfalls we should avoid. Let's talk about it. One of the most powerful exercises we do is called the heaven or hell scenario. So imagine this scenario. You and your team are standing looking at a goal that you want to achieve. That represents your heavenly outcome. But you notice that between you and that heavenly outcome, there's some pitfalls, and those are the things that you want to avoid. So the job is to do a brainstorm and come up with all of the ways that you could avoid the pitfalls and still get to that heavenly outcome. This exercise is not necessarily about how you're going to build a bridge to get to the other side. It's more like just recognizing the pitfalls that are there so you'll know exactly what to avoid. Maybe there's a shark that's down there, maybe it is angry leprechauns, it could be some sharp rocks. So what we'll do is we'll first ask everyone in the room to brainstorm for 3 minutes on if everything on this project goes perfect. I mean, it's amazing. What does that look like? What would be the highest highs that we could have from this? What would this mean for our company? And so I give them a chance to kind of brainstorm about that. And that's great because it lets us know these are the things that are really important. And if they don't mention something here, it's probably not important. So we don't need to worry about that as much. At the same time, after they do that brainstorm, then I'll say, okay, now it's time for, that was kind of the rainbow unicorn question there. Rainbow unicorn. The other one is going to be when we do the thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. That's where I get them to brainstorm. If everything that could possibly goes wrong does, what does it look like? It could be that you're allergic to penicillin and there's a big bottle of penicillin that's down at the bottom. It could be killer jelly beans. And so they'll brainstorm on that for a little while. And here's the cool thing about the hellish scenario. A lot of times when they think about everything possibly going wrong, they realize that even if it all goes wrong, it's not that bad. And the benefits that they could get from the project being successful are really great, and the things, if everything goes wrong, probably not everything is going to go wrong, right? And so then they're able to kind of just name it and kind of know what that is instead of them just having this nagging voice in the back of their heads, like, what if it doesn't work out, right? They can go ahead, everyone in the room can say aloud what they're thinking, and it's really powerful to hear that. Another benefit of the hellish outcome is that everyone in the room hears a comment like this. Well, what would be terrible is if manager Mike doesn't agree with the direction of this project and he sinks the whole thing. Well, that lets everyone know, okay, if Mike has the opportunity to sink this project, he should probably be in the room with us helping make these decisions. We want to make sure that he is heard, and maybe he has some good ideas on what success would look like for this project. We can get Mike excited about the heavenly outcome and avoid him from being part of the hellish outcome. For this week's experiment, before you start a major project, give yourself and your team 10 minutes to think about the heavenly scenario and the hellish scenario. Spend 5 minutes on each one of them, get everybody to work with sticky notes. You can use our brainstorm app if you want to, and then you can go ahead and everyone in the room can define what the goals are and what the things are to avoid. It could be that you're going to get killed by ants. It could be that you're going to get killed by aunts. It could be that Tiger King is sitting in the bottom of that with Carol Baskins. You never know.